Casco Township Board to order. Please rise for the pledge to the flag. So she gets the recorder on. Okay, I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, moving on. The next item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Does anyone have anything they'd like to add or alter on the agenda?
At the end of the meeting, I'd like to add election commission.
That goes after adjournment?
Yeah.
So
it's
another
not-
meeting.
Yes,
So it really wouldn't affect this.
Okay,
Okay.
then we'll just leave it
If
as.
there's no addition or changes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
Support.
Moved and supported to approve the agenda as submitted. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carries. The next item is approval of the minutes for the regular meeting of Tuesday, June 10th.
If there are no corrections, I will make a motion to approve the agenda. It will be
Support.
as submitted.
Okay, moved and supported to approve the minutes as submitted for the meeting of June the 10th. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, the motion carries. The next item is the financial report.
We began the month with $346,457.16. We took in receipts of $4,648.23 and made disbursements of $23,886.98, leaving us with an ending balance in the general fund of $327,218.41.
I make a motion to accept the financial report as reported.
Any support for that?
Support.
Moved it, Joe, the head was on the table when you sat down, it wasn't in your packet.
Okay,
We
I was
had-
wondering.
We had no computers.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You want a minute to look at it?
No, I trust the judgment of my fellow.
Well, there's very few receipts this month, so not a lot to
I
decipher.
think there was only one time that there was a slight math
Yeah,
error.
something.
We corrected.
But, and it's not that we can't do the financial report without computers, but we need the financial report recorded and printed,
Yeah.
on our computers, so I waited.
Okay. Moved and supported to approve the financial report as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carries. Moving on, our correspondence, item A. We just got it last month before the meeting, and it's coming up this Thursday. The Richmond Lennox EMS is having a blood drive with the American Red Cross, and it's at the new location, which is the Richmond Township offices on School Section Road and M19. So hopefully you're inclined to do so. And once again, it's from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Thursday, July the 10th. And today we also got an email from Richmond Lennox EMS saying that they're going to be adding a 4th ambulance to their services and staffing appropriately.
Yep.
That's great.
And
So-
Saturday, it was probably 7 minutes or less when they responded to that accident St. Clair Highway. Personal witness.
fast.
Yeah. Yep.
We're lucky.
Yep. The crews were excellent.
Wonderful.
Their service out there.
Okay, moving on, item B, St. Clair County 4-H Fair. It's coming up very soon. It is July 21st to July 26th. And it is the 4-H and Youth Fair of St. Clair County, and it's held in Goodles. There are over 1,000 youngsters in St. Clair County 4-H. They have some great exhibits, and we're hoping everyone can go and enjoy it. They have an excellent facility in Goodles. The county has put a lot of money into it, and I think you will enjoy it.
Yeah, I truly think this is one of the best events that happen in St. Clair County. The many good events that happen, this is one of the best.
Once again, it's the 21st to the 26th of July. Moving on, item C, County Commission public hearing on ORV ordinance. On August 7th at 6 PM in the St. Clair County Administrative Office Building on Grand River Avenue, Port Huron, the county commissioners are going to hold a public hearing on a proposed ordinance, which is basically controlled approval of ORVs on the roads. Last month, we had a resolution opposing it for various reasons. Overall, it did not seem like it would benefit Casco Township. We have no state land, we have no off-road trails, and we have no lake that you can go fishing in the winter on your ORV. And we also do not have a police force. So all those things combined does not make this very exciting for Casco Township. So we're gonna get the resolution that we did last month, all the county commissioners and Mr. Kaufman, and hopefully we'll get some attendance and see what the county plans on doing.
Now, what have you been hearing from your fellow supervisors about this?
I don't know, most of them don't seem too excited either way on it.
They could care less.
I know the one in Algonac is in favor of it because, I don't know, they think a lot of people will bring them with them when they go to the Algonac Park. Plus they get the ice fishing on the lake, which it's a benefit for that. The other ones don't seem very excited, so I guess they're gonna be listening to the people that they represent and act accordingly.
I just think it's gonna be like open season for them.
Well, the counties that have it haven't had that much trouble. But the individual townships, if they have a problem, you do not have much recourse.
Right.
So, and currently, if you're going down the road 20 miles an hour on an ORV and the police are coming, they don't pull you over. They just leave you alone. And if you're causing trouble, by the time they get here, they're not gonna catch you anyway. So, we'll see what happens. You're more than,
Now, minors have to wear helmets and.
yep, they have to have a train, if you're under 16, you have to be accompanied by someone and you have to have a helmet and you have to have a training class.
And do they have to be any kind of license for those, or?
You know, that came up and I'm not, and I got a couple different answers on that. I'm not sure whether they have to be registered for that. So, I don't know, because it was brought up at the one meeting with the county commissioners and their lawyer was there too. And first they said no, and then they said yeah, and so they probably decided that by now, but I haven't heard what they decided.
Do you have to carry no fault on an ORV?
I don't think so because they're not licensed. And you certainly don't have to cover the catastrophic one, which is $186 a year,
'Cause there's-
even though you're on the road.
I don't know if you saw the article in the Macomb Daily, I think, about the insurance companies claiming that you have to have no fault if you're in a power chair, power wheelchair, scooter. They're in court about it.
We'll see.
It's bizarre. I mean,
Well,
that whole issue about a wheelchair,
Yeah,
it's
it-
bizarre, but, you know, the insurance
But
companies
I
have been
but I don't
very
know what the
strange about
insurance
these
would,
things.
but it wouldn't be the same cost as a vehicle that can go 70 miles an hour, I'm sure.
Absolutely not, but still.
I mean, these are dangerous when they get going.
What, wheelchairs?
No, these ORVs.
Oh,
But wheelchairs can be too, but
Yeah, a lot of people get hurt. I have a good friend who was a recipient of a lung transplant because of some guy who scrambled his brains. One of those went off head first, not wearing a helmet. Bam. All she wrote.
okay.
But he give the life to other people.
Okay, moving on. We have no old business. Under new business, item A, appointment of constable. Sadly to say, our constable, who is a good friend and a very valuable member of the township community, recently passed away, and he will be missed. But being an elected official, and now the vacancy, we only have so many days to appoint one to fill that. So that's why it's on the agenda. We put an article in the paper, we have three people indicated an interest. We have Mr. Pankowitz, Mr. Baumgarten, and Mr. Liebertroy, and they're all in attendance tonight. We thank them for coming. They've all sent in a resume of sorts, because we weren't that specific in the posting. I don't know if any of you gentlemen want to say anything to us, or you want us to discuss it a little, or whatever you want to do.
Anyway,
Okay. If you want a recommendation, I can give you one, but it's not necessary. If everybody thinks what they think. They're all residents. I don't know if you're a lifetime resident.
yes.
I know the old guys are.
old
Wayne
guys.
served on the planning commission and ZBA for many years. Mr. Pankowitz is currently on the planning commission and ZBA, owns a business in the township. And Mr. Liebertroy is just a young guy just getting going,
Trying to get into it.
and that's a good thing. We appreciate it. I'm sure they could all do a fine job. If you guys want me to, I can recommend somebody. It's up to you. Whatever you
Isn't
prefer.
that your prerogative as supervisor?
Well, you can recommend somebody too. I don't care if you want me to.
I'd like to hear your recommendations and your reasons.
Okay, I guess my recommendation would be Wayne Baumgarten, for a couple of reasons. He served the most years by far on commissions, appointed commissions that basically don't pay anything. He helps us out being that he lives so close to the hall. He does us many favors, which I certainly appreciate. And like I say, the other two gentlemen, I'm sure we do a great job. Mr. Pankowitz is a very good friend of mine. And I would have no problem appointing him. But out of the three, if you want my recommendation, I would recommend Mr. Baumgarten. So it's up to you guys. If you want to make a motion, you want to discuss it, what do you want to do?
Wait a minute, I want to recommend Mr. Pinkowitz on his resume. He's a business owner, he is financial analyst. He has great qualifications for the job. So,
Well, and to just make matters more difficult, I would like to recommend Mr. Liebertrow for this reason alone. We all, and thank you, gentlemen, we would be lucky to have any of you. But I am lately experiencing going to many meetings, whether it's in Marine City, St. Clair, it is difficult, and I have found it to be difficult to get another generation interested in public service. And when someone volunteers their time that is of Mr. Liebertrau's generation and is interested in learning how government works or whatever organization that we belong to, just having someone interested in taking up the reins from those who have done it forever and ever, I like to encourage that, because it's rare, let me tell you, it's rare. And like I say, we would be lucky to have any one of them. But looking into the future, I want to encourage young people, or at least younger than we are, to take an interest in public service.
Whatever the tech, actually, there are opportunities, because if either of our, Mr. Pankowitz or Mr. Baumgartner is chosen, there's be vacancies on the planning commission.
that's not a problem.
What's that?
That's not a problem, is it?
No, I mean, it creates other opportunities.
For somebody else to
Yes,
come on
yes.
our planning commission, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's an
Absolutely.
excellent, them are always appointed boards like planning commission are great training grounds.
Right.
What does it entail? The planning commission, I'm not so sure I understand what it is, what is involved in it.
The planning
But I
commission advises the township board here on matters of planning issues involved in the township, like in commercial, residential, industrial areas, like businesses, like we recently had there in Gratiot, a couple gentlemen bought the auto auction, and they want to start their operation. They would submit a site plan to us, And we have a professional planner who works with the planning commission, who looks at the plan and see if that meets in accordance with the township ordinance. Also, the township plan commission, we set, working in concert with the board here, we set a vision of the township for the next, like 20 years out. You'll see our future land use, our master plan, we chart that, working with our hired professional help here on how we would like to see the growth of the township, and which way do we want to funnel, like areas of economic opportunity, which areas do we want to remain residential, which areas do we want to consider, you know, encourage agriculture, stuff like that. And
Would I be able to get information on that? Preceding this?
yeah.
Sure,
Sure.
get you all that.
And I tell people all the time, I work with people and they want to get into government, I want to run for Congress, man. And I tell them, why don't you get involved in your local government, like planning commission, or we have another one, zoning board of appeals, or board of review. That's where you learn
Okay.
government, local government. And it's a great place. I highly encourage people to look to those opportunities.
I would like to look into that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else?
My feeling, I'm kind of torn. I'm glad, I think that Colleen's sentiments are important and it is a real problem. But in this case, I'm torn between Wayne and Stan. I've really been appreciative to see someone like Stan come and become more involved in the township. He's really chair of the zoning board and we needed that. And he stepped forward and he's been doing a great job. He's got a lot of skill and a lot of good sense. But in terms of depth and breadth of service to the township, length, breadth, and depth, I lean toward Wayne just because of those things. He's done a lot. He continues to do a lot. He's available a lot, and it's been for a long time. And so I would recommend that we see Wayne as the constable at this point in time.
And the other point is, it would be nice if you were appointed, but in 2 years, there's gonna be an election, and this is an elected position. Anybody who wants to run can put their name in the hat and get on the ballot and go from there. So it's not a lifetime job, it's a 2-year job. So,
I also think that even if Stan isn't constable, he's not gonna go anywhere. He's gonna be here. He's gonna be part of the leadership of the township, whether he is constable now, later, or some other position down the line, so.
So what do we do? Have a vote?
no, I'll tell you what. I'll make a motion
Okay.
that we appoint Wayne Baumgarten as constable to complete the elected term, which ends in November 2016.
Okay.
What?
I just seconded the motion, that's all.
Oh, I just I didn't know if that was a
I don't
second
know,
or
I
a
wasn't
comment.
looking over there, I don't know what he's doing.
So the term would be like the same as ours, it'd be like,
Yeah.
Right.
was it November, December?
Well, if this would have been 3 months ago, you would only appoint him until this election.
Okay.
Well, once the filing deadline is passed
I
for
see.
2014, now you're appointing for the rest of the elected term, which is November
I'm
2016.
glad you're good with those details.
Boy, we lost both of our former constable and our current one, short,
Yep.
within weeks.
Yeah, hope they hate send the president.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you better think about that.
Maybe you would want that job.
Everything comes in threes.
And in the
We're not
case of
that.
Wayne and Stan, whoever, if one of those individuals was appointed, we're gonna lose them off the plan commission,
Right.
which is a loss.
Right.
And
That's not good.
And I would
It is.
encourage Mr. Livertrow to continue his interest and come to meetings and
Absolutely.
learn and participate. You'll probably
Yes.
find it interesting, fun, and sometimes challenging.
When I started, I was young compared to local government standards, and I remember I was sitting right over there. And after a few meetings, our former supervisor, Karen Hulk, she says, "Who are you? How come you're always here?" And Arlene Schweiger was on board. She told me who I was and that. And, but same thing. I just had always an interest in local government.
I'd like to become more of a part of the township rather than just another bystander.
Sure, absolutely.
We appreciate your interest.
We do.
So,
All right.
Very much.
Because when there usually is a vacancy, you have to kind of go ask people.
Yes, it's hard
In
to
the
get.
past, they put it in the newspaper, and people don't turn their name in. Either they don't realize what it is, or they don't want to do it. So, we haven't had too many vacancies lately, but we love it when people volunteer.
and even just a simple act of showing up at meetings and asking about different issues is huge. You know, people need to get involved more like that because there's very few black and white. There's shades of gray out there, tons of shades of gray. But that's what I've learned the most about in this job. That. But I think we have a really good board. I think we have a good township government. Our planning commission, our zoning board, kind of view our direction of the township. We're unified, want to keep Casco as rural as possible for as long as possible. So, yeah, maintaining that quality of life of living in the country.
I agree with that firmly.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, any other discussion? I'm gonna call for a roll call vote.
Okay. Colleen,
No.
Bill,
Aye.
me, aye. Joe,
Yes.
Dan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Congratulations, Wayne.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you guys too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you some stuff. And we will have an opening on the planning commission. If I had my choice, even though they haven't done much lately, I'd rather get you, because you're so new, on the ZBA. And then work your way up to the planning commission.
Yeah.
That way you can learn a little bit and then learn a lot. But I'll send
That's
you
how
some.
I started out.
Well,
It's
is there a way that
interesting.
we can move, take some from the ZBA, graduate to the planning commission and open?
Well, the one person's been begging me to get off the ZBA for several years. And I could probably accommodate them and they'd be very happy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we used to give a lot of variances, and because there's so little commercial activity and stuff, we haven't done much lately.
Yeah.
Thursday night at 7 o'clock, the ZBA is gonna meet quarterly here this week. If you wanna come down, come on down, then I won't have to mail you stuff. And I don't know if you're gonna learn anything, because they don't have any business on the agenda other than approve the minutes. But Dan will be there, he's been on there many years.
Yeah.
Stan will be there, he's the chairperson.
That's where I would start.
And I plan on being there. And
And I've stayed there for 20 years.
I'll dig out some training packages and give it to you if you can make it. If you gotta work, you gotta work, I understand.
Thank you.
If you don't show up, I'll throw them in the mail or something.
Greatly
Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay,
We're once young men.
moving on. Item B, Resolution 2014-09, Board of Review Scheduling. Well, basically, the law, as is always and many times, the language is crazy. The Board of Review meets in March every year if people don't believe their assessment is appropriate. And then twice a year they meet for errors and omissions. Well, the law says in July you have to meet the first Tuesday after the third Monday. And in December, it's the first Tuesday after the second Monday. I have no idea why. Well, our assessor, who has to be here, her day is Monday. So the law also says either by resolution or ordinance, you can change it to any day that week. So we're changing it by this resolution to Monday, which will help everybody and accomplish the same thing. So we need a motion.
Okay, I make a motion to approve resolution 2014-09, resolution to allow board review alternate start dates.
Okay.
I'll support that.
Okay, moved and supported to approve resolution 2014-09. Any discussion? Hearing none, a roll call vote, please.
Dan,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
me, yes. Bill,
Aye.
and Colleen.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, moving on. Payment of the bills.
I make a motion that, we pay the bills.
Could I question that now, or are we going?
Go ahead. What do you got a question now?
Well, on my payment for cable rep, that's the wrong amount. Was that mileage?
They give you a raise or?
No, that was included, yeah, your mileage was included on that check.
What page are you on?
Last page. Yeah, but then it should have been more.
Well, you get $30 if they take taxes, that was $22.50, isn't it about?
They don't take taxes out of,
No,
No.
they don't. Hang on, where are you?
well, about three-quarter of the way down.
6330.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking that was mileage rather than cable rep.
Okay, from here. This is cable rep, so it's $22.50, which it should be, should be 30.
Well, there's one, what is the 3520?
That's planning commission.
That's planning commission.
Well, didn't you look at the check? What did it say on your check?
Well, the check had, just cable, $30.
Yes, we cast it so fast.
Oh,
Just
anyways,
was flying.
decided to mention that.
Well, the amount's correct, right?
For mileage, yeah.
Well,
Then it must have been for
And
mileage.
for mileage, yeah.
I just typed in cable rep.
Yeah, so all you do is just put mileage rather than cable rep.
Why didn't you just say that, Don?
Well, you wouldn't have
that's
got-
what he's implying.
No,
what's the date on here?
yeah, I don't pay for cable rep in the beginning years.
Right, because she was on vacation when we went to the cable meeting anyway.
All right, so this should, instead of saying NEMC cable rep, it should just say mileage.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What are you burning in here? Got gas, $38.
Huh?
What do you use the gas for?
Not for the cable rep. He
No, no,
delivers
no,
the
no,
packets for
no,
the planning
no,
commission.
No.
What?
Southeastern Michigan Gas Company.
Yeah.
Well, they have a minimum they charge us.
Oh, that's it. In other
Yeah.
words,
No,
a meter
but-
fee essentially.
I think the furnace might have come on, we got hot, then
It's just
38.
probably the meter fee.
I don't know, I'd have to look at the
It's
bill.
all-
Yeah, but you're heating water,
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's
true,
electric.
water.
Yeah.
less electric.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah, that's
building
true.
hot water out of that
Gas,
battery.
gas heater,
ever.
water heater?
I don't know.
No, so
It just seems like a,
well, but I don't know what the date of the bill was. If it was back in partially in May,
Probably
it may have
yes.
come on.
probably an estimated bill or something. I don't know.
I don't know,
I'm
we'd have to
just
look.
curious.
I'll
really.
check
I'm
it
not-
out.
I'm not saying
We'll
that
have
there's
a-
anything wrong, I just,
Just wanted to know what it was for.
No, because we're not on a payment schedule or nothing. We do have a standing pilot, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
about 17 a month if it never comes on. So,
We had a pilot.
Okay.
Okay.
so your motion is to approve that as corrected then?
Yeah.
And that,
Wait a minute.
I modify my
Corrected
motion
wages.
to approve with correction.
Corrected.
and your support is for that also, correct?
Did I support it?
I don't know, I thought you did, but,
Well, I will.
oh, can't remember.
Wayne, to mileage. Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
any other discussion on this?
Nope.
Do we hardly ever discuss those?
Yeah.
Okay, moved and supported to approve the bills as corrected. Have a roll call vote, please.
Okay, Colleen,
Yes.
Bill,
All right,
Pat, I, Joe,
Yes.
and Dan.
Yes.
motion carries. Okay, moving on, citizens' comments. This is your opportunity to address the board with any questions or concerns. We ask for your name, but it's not required. Anybody out there, got anything?
No comment.
No comment.
Oh,
Okay,
quiet.
move on
Quiet.
to adjournment.
Well, no, under comments, don't forget, because
Oh.
the next time we meet, the election will be done. On August 5th, there's an election. Everybody in Casco Township votes right here at the hall. There's gonna be a state proposal and 2 county millage proposals in primary elections for some people. So if you're unhappy, or if you're happy, come and vote. Otherwise, I don't wanna hear it. And please vote. If you have any questions, give us a call. You might still squeak out an absentee ballot, but you'd have to hurry. And call the hall if that's the case, if you need one, because you can't attend on August the 5th. But please vote. That's all I have. Anybody else?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for the 3 individuals who did submit letters for constable, you know. You're all well qualified and that. But, you know, we had to choose one, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe in 2 years I'll be sick of it and I won't run and somebody else.
I don't know, we lost 2 this year, so you
Well,
better-
hopefully
If I
it's-
get by then, who knows?
Hopefully you'll still be here.
Yeah, and
Our
hopefully,
days are
and
numbered.
hopefully
I'd like
you'll
to
be-
thank everyone on the board for reviewing my application and for the time and effort. I appreciate the consideration. Thank you.
And I like serving with you on the planning commission.
And congratulate Wayne and welcome Michael.
Stay healthy.
So you got a shot of all of them, Anita, since it came all this way to the meeting?
Yeah, not all 3 of them together, but yeah, I got them all on.
Okay, as long as you got them all, so they can tell everybody to watch
They were
Channel
spread out.
6 or YouTube. Still on YouTube, right?
Yes.
Okay. At this point, we're up to adjournment, but when we get done, then the election committee has to have a short meeting because we're getting close to that time,
Right.
to get
That's
the,
just you 3.
that's it. Okay, now we're up to adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Moved and supported to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Stand adjourned.